Assalamualaikum. In this video I am going to demonstrate two experiments for EDC lab, but you will implement one by one in 2 weeks. So experiment number 10 is implementation of JFET as constant current source. You have already studied in theory that JFET can be used as a constant current source as its currents remains constant in saturation region where the value of VDS is greater than VP. So the value of VDS is actually equal to VDD minus IDRD, and it should be greater than pinch off voltage if you want your JFET to operate in pinch off in saturation region where the value of current is constant. So basically you will operate JFET in this constant current region. This is ID and this is VDS. So the circuit you will implement for constant current source is this, where the value of VGS is kept 0 and the value of ID here is basically equal to IDSS, drain to source saturation current, when the value of gate to source voltage is kept at 0 voltage. The value of RD can be designed using this equation as the condition for the JFET to operate as constant current source is that VDS should be greater than and equal to VP, or greater than VP. So you will design the value of RD from this equation. RD's maximum value is found from this. You will design this RD for this constant current source circuit, and the value you will use for this circuit is that VDD is kept as at 20 voltage, ID is 10 milliampere and VP is minus 3 volt. So when you will perform or implement this circuit using multisim, you will use a variable resistor. RD will be a variable resistor. The value which you will design, the maximum value of RD can be found from this equation. So you will use a variable resistor, and as you will change the value of RD, and if it is less than the value of its maximum value which you have designed previously, then ID will remain constant. So as you will increase further the value of RD, then ID will not remain constant. So you will stop at that moment when ID will begin to change. So the idea of using a variable resistor is because you have to verify that below that maximum value of RD, the value of ID remains constant, and as the value of RD exceeds its maximum value, the value of ID begins to change, and your JFET will no longer be a constant current source. So you will implement this circuit using multisim software. This is experiment number 10, and you will implement this circuit in this week, and next week you will implement the experiment number 11, which is the use of JFET as a chopper. The chopper, or it is also called pulse amplitude modulator, because as you can see, the output across VL is just like that of pulse amplitude modulator. So in this you will apply a pulse wave at gate terminal. This is drain and this is source. A sine wave will be applied across drain terminal. VD is the sine wave, and the output will be measured across the load voltage which is connected with source resistance. So you can keep RL as large as possible with respect to RD so that the value of VL is approximately equal to VD, or you can keep the value of RL as desired. If you are keeping VL at a certain voltage, then the value of RL will be designed according to VL. So in this I am keeping 5 kilo ohms RL and RD is 500 ohms. RL is much larger than RD, so there will be a minimum drop across RD and maximum drop across RL. So VL or output voltage will be maximum. So output will be like this, and for this you have to set the frequency of sine wave as 1 kilohertz. This is basically the sine wave, and its frequency is larger than the modulating wave, which is this pulse wave, and the frequency of pulse wave is much higher than that of sine wave, and it is 5 kilohertz initially. So you will measure VL using oscilloscope on multisim, and you will draw output waveform here in this table. You will fix the value of sine wave at the frequency of sine wave at 1 kilohertz. You can give any voltage. You can set the peak voltage of input at any value, like you can set it at 1 volt peak to peak, or 10 volt peak to peak. So the value of pulse will be changed from 5 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz and 15 kilohertz, and you will draw the output waveform here. So you will implement this circuit also on multisim. You can change the amplitude of VD, but try to keep its frequency fixed, and as you will change the value of VD, the value of VL will change. So you can keep it at 5 volt peak to peak, 10 volt peak to peak, etc., and measure the value of VL. So this is experiment number 11. You will implement this experiment on multisim on next week, inshallah.